You know the feeling when no matter how much you try to explain yourself, you just end up losing? You walk away thinking, what just happened? I had a point. I know I was right. Then how did I end up looking like the weak one again? It's like people can sense your energy. They know how to push your buttons, twist your calm, bend you until you give in. And I get it because I've been there like more times than you can imagine, more times than I can count. But I have learned something that is not that we are weak, is that we're fighting the wrong way. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel where we talk about things that you have been shushing away. And in today's video, we will talk about why you feel powerless, why they always win until now. So the real reason you feel powerless, when people say you don't let them get to you, it sounds so easy, right? Don't let them get to you. It sounds so easy. When it's not easy though, when your heart's racing, when your mind's black, when you are in your fight or flight mode and you just want to be understood. Like, how do you not react? Someone explain that. I will. The truth is, your body never know the difference between emotional danger and physical danger. Even if you are in a physical danger, your body will react the same way as you are in an emotional danger. Trust me on that. So in the moment when someone starts raising their voice, they try to overpower you, or your body, your brain goes into immediate flight, freeze, or please moment. It goes into a mode where you flight, or you freeze, or you people please. You stop thinking clearly. You just try to survive in the moment. And the survival, it look like silence or apologizing or giving up to your point just to end the tension. That's not weakness, that's your nervous system. That's not anything, and that's your nervous system which is trying to protect you. And the cost is you start believing that other people's emotion control you. This is the cost that you have to pay. So why you lose every other argument. Here is what I have realized. I was arguing emotionally and they were arguing strategically. Let that get to you. Most of the times we argue emotionally and they argue strategically. You want peace, they want control. You want understanding, they want to win. And that's the kind of dynamic. The person who cares more about being fair ends up feeling small. Because fairness cannot exist when the other people's goal is dominance. And once I understood it, I stopped trying to win over people. I started focusing on how can I not be moved by them. So what can we do? Let me share something with you I do now, especially when I feel like I'm losing control or when someone is trying to push me emotionally. It's simple. It's very simple, but it changed everything for me. I sit still or I stand tall, whichever my position is. One hand on my chest, one on my stomach, and I breathe. Even like I have trained my body now, I don't need to do that, but I'm telling you, like, you have to put your hand on your stomach and you have to breathe from diaphragm. Once you do that and you do box breathing, here in your head you say, I am the one in charge of this conversation or my energy. That one line that will remind you that you're not here to react, you're here to stay grounded. So let me explain to you how you breathe. So you put your one hand on the chest and one on your stomach, and you breathe from your stomach. And then you exhale. So you breathe from your diaphragm. That will help you stay grounded. And when you start breathing, you control a lot of the emotions that come in your way. So the other thing I do is I disconnect. I imagine there is an invisible wire between me and the other person who's sucking my energy like an energy cord, and I cut it. Go ahead. And then I tell myself that these emotions, they're yours and mine are mine. And trust me, when you do that, you stop reacting to them. They mean nothing to you. Their reactions mean nothing to you. And your body starts to become calm when you actually mentally separate yourself from someone else's chaos. The freeze frame. I think about the moment where I usually lose control. Maybe when someone talks over me, maybe when something says something rude. I think about it and then I visualize it again, and then When I visualize, I do not react at that time. Most of the times, what we all are doing, we're trying to imagine a situation and we're trying to create responses ahead of our time. We are trying to be angry. And that's when the moment is, like, your body does not know whether it's happening or not. Your brain does not know. It reacts in the same way. And you have to get this thing in your mind that if you do or if you don't do, it's going to react the same way. So let's practice calmness. Let's visualize and don't react. You just breathe. You breathe from your diaphragm and you see something calm in yourself. You see something steady. You see something unbothered building in you slowly and steadily. You cut the cord. This mental rehearsal, this trains your mind, your nervous system to respond actually differently in time. And you don't need actual situations happening to make you again increase or fawn mode again. You can just visualize it because your brain again is stupid. The inner anchor, once you do that, you have to anchor inner. You have to whisper yourself, like, I am not here to prove to them. They don't even need my proving. So you have to be that chaotic with yourself, or that nonchalant that people ask not to be. You have to be nonchalant. When someone is trying to test you, you have to tell them, okay, you want to raise your voice? Keep on going that. I'm not going to react. You have to be that person slowly and steadily. How do you build that? Brick by brick. So what do you do then? Once you do that, like, you're doing everything in person or separately. You're not going to breathe in front of them, of course not, but then you're going to practice those breathing by yourself. And then you're going to reset. You stretch your shoulder, you roll your neck, you exhale everything out, and you end with this: I protect my peace. I do not care about them. And that's it. You don't go back in your head replay the same argument over and over again, because that would give them power. You're giving them power, and that would you have to train your body again. You have to give them space in your own body. So when something like this happens, how do you use that in office or negotiations? How do you use that in a professional setting or professional meetings or space? Because that's where people test you the most. I have been tested a lot. So when there's a hierarchy, pressure, deadlines, I started doing, even if it's just a quick one, I take a 30-second time, either in a washroom or my desk, feet flat, spine straight, and deep breaths, slow breaths. I say that energy set the tone. The one thought of them or their words are not here to trigger me. I'm not here to absorb fragile egos at all. And when you walk into the room, you're calm, you're deep breathing. No one can actually triggers you. And during the meeting, if someone interrupts you or challenges you or rush you, don't rush to defend. Like, pause, look at them, and just say, let me finish my point first. If someone pressures you to agree too quickly, you say, I like to think through this before confirming. So something like this, something like boundary setting, it's simple, but it changes how people read you. You stop becoming the person who can be easily swayed by tone or pressure. Even in negotiation, silence become your friend. Speak slowly, end your sentence, and then pause. You don't have to answer them all of a sudden. Let them feel the silence. It's okay. It's okay to be silent for 2 seconds and then think through it. Most people can't handle it, but I have trust in you that you can, because silence, when grounded, says, I am not scared of you. So what is a long-term shift? When you do this constantly, when you do this consistently, something shifts. When you do that again and again and again, people stop testing you. They start respecting your calm. You don't leave the people. You don't walk drained after any meeting with anyone, be it professional, be it personal. You walk away knowing, oh my God, I stayed in my power. You'll be shocked sometimes, but then you will start becoming your own person. You are not winning every argument, but you are staying in your power, and that's the most important thing. It's about being unshakable. It's because once you learn to stay unbent, no one can bend you again. So look, I'm going to finish this video in this short message that you don't need every time to fight to be powerful. You don't need to explain to anyone to be heard. You don't need to bend to keep peace. You just need to know that your energy is yours. So next time when you feel like losing it, you pause, you breathe from your belly and say, I am here to stand. And that's it. That's your power. Thank you so much for watching. I really like making these videos and I can really use some help if you can like, share and subscribe. And I will see you next time with another video of the feelings that you shush away. So see you next time. Bye bye.